Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again for Terminology Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about the word port. What does port mean in your mortgage? When is it used? How is it used? And what does it mean to me? So first of all, let's go with what does it mean? What is it for? Porting a mortgage is basically the lender is picking up the mortgage from the security that they're holding on the property that they put that mortgage on over to another one. When is it that you would want to do that? In the middle of a term, so you've got a 5-year fixed mortgage, you need to, or planning on selling, and you want to save your interest rate because it's a wonderful low interest rate. You don't want to be incurring a payout penalty, which could happen and will happen if you're in the middle of a term. So how can I save those two things? And you can save them by the lender, in most cases, I'm going to say most cases, port the mortgage over to a new security. So they're picking it up again from the property that you presently own over to the property that you're going to buy. Number one, of course, is you need to sell the house that you presently own because that's where the mortgage is secured, and buying the new one. When is it a good idea to do the port? Again, when you're trying to save an interest rate or don't want to pay a payout penalty. That's not always as simple as that. Sometimes it makes sense to port the mortgage because maybe you can get a better interest rate with a new mortgage and pay out the existing. Maybe the payout penalty is really not that high on the one you're paying out, and you can now get locked into a new mortgage with a great rate for a longer period of time. So one, again, is your penalties low. The interest rate you're changing to may be better on the new one. The payout penalty isn't affecting you cash-wise. Sometimes it does, but it's also taking you over to a longer term with the new mortgage. And in some cases, if you're in a time when interest rates are going up, you want to protect yourself maybe for a longer period of time. But those are the things that could relate to why you would not do a port. And again, why you're doing the port is to save the payout penalty and to save your interest. Not all mortgages are portable. Although you might be told that with the banks, but you can't take a mortgage from a house lot over to bare land, house with mobile, or a farm, or the other way around. In most cases, that's not going to work. That's not going to be portable. Some other times when a port won't work is when you're selling your existing, but you're having a house built, and it's going to take 6 months from the time you've sold your home for the house to be built. That's a time frame, there's a lapse in there, and the lenders are really not comfortable with the lapse. Sometimes it's 30 days, sometimes it's a little bit longer, but in that 30 days is typically the most. And again, why not porting? That's the best thing to do, is to come in and talk to us and let us go through the numbers. I will always be honest with you. Take a look at what you've got. Say, you know what, you've got a great rate. Let's first of all figure out what the payout penalty is. Let's determine if it makes sense to get a new mortgage or to port it over. And it's not in my best interest not to give you the honesty of that, and I will always do that. I would first off usually tell people, go and find out what your payout penalty is. Then let's take a look at the numbers. Let's see the difference that you would be paying, and is it a better plan to go into a new mortgage? So porting, basically, bottom line, means taking from one property, the security, the mortgage, over to a new one. And we can discuss that. I'm Brenda, Advanced Mortgage. You can also come and see Jessica, and we're at 403-347-0774. Thank you so much. Have a great day.